Hi guys, it's Vanessa. I'm here. I know it's been such a long time that I haven't come on and done a video, so I apologize. I have been beyond busy. I was planning my sister's wedding shower that just passed yesterday, and then I am going to Vegas tomorrow to help a client with an event for work. And now I'm starting to plan my sister's bachelorette party. My room's a mess. I went to America's Beauty Show. I have a whole video coming on that. So just so many things packed in such a little month. It has been ridiculously busy, so I really apologize. But I wanted to do a video tonight to kind of get back in the swing of things. And my America's Beauty Show video is gonna be a long time before that one's edited, and I have a bunch of other videos, but they need editing, so I was hoping I could just record this tonight and put it up today with no editing, so fingers crossed. So this is going to be a video on Bdellium Tools. As you guys know, I love Bdellium Tool brushes. I first discovered them last year at America's Beauty Show, and I had done a haul and review on them. I have purchased some brushes in the past, and they've also sent me some brushes in the past to talk about, but I think by far they are the best company for affordable brushes if you are not quite ready to invest in like a MAC, let's say, brush, you know? I like everything about them. The guys who work there are uber nice and all that stuff. So they had sent me these brushes. All the brushes that I'm showing you today were sent to me. And they are including some of their new brushes that they're coming out with. So I'm just going to kind of go through with them. I've used them all. Some are dirty, so I apologize. And I'm going to show you brushes in my collection that they compare to and pros, cons, whatever you need to know. I'm gonna tell you. I don't have the prices off the top of my head, so I'm just going to directly link to every brush that I talk about down below on their website. So there you can see the price, you can learn more about the brush, and you can purchase it. All right, so let's get started. So the first one I'm going to talk about is this, and it's the $9.49, and I have my little cheat sheets here, and it's the pointed foundation brush. And what they say it is that it reaches all the curves of the face with precision using this pointed foundation brush. Great for foundation, concealing, contouring, or highlighting, and it's made of all synthetic fibers. So this is one of their new brushes that came out in late February. And as mentioned, it's a pointed foundation brush, and I really have grown to love pointed foundation brushes because of this brush that I've mentioned a few times on my channel, which I got from Love and Beauty at Forever 21, which is a really hard brush to find, but I really enjoyed it. And in the past, I've also tried this one from Eco Tools, which I'm not a fan of. And I recently picked up this one from Crown, which I think is okay. But this brush, I really, really like it. It's a little dirty right now, so it's not moving as it normally does because it's gunked up with product. But I've been using it a lot. I really love this because I'm not a person who every day I don't wear a full face of foundation. Normally I just go around my nose and then on my chin and anywhere that I have redness. So it's almost like I just do like spot concealing but with foundation, if that makes sense, just to cancel out a little bit of redness, but I don't really wear a full face of foundation. And this works great just for getting in the nose and then spreading it out. Something I really like about this brush that Asia mentioned, which I should mention that my friend Asia from Asia JS, she also reviewed some of these brushes, and she has a couple different ones than me, but if you want to see her opinion on them, I'll link that below too. But she had mentioned in her review how the brushes on the top have really, like, they're cut really well and they have a really nice feathering, and I agree with that because I do love this brush from Forever 21, and it's black, so it's a little harder to see on camera, but it only is like slightly feathered on the top. The rest of these bristles are all like the same length, so as much as I like this brush, it does happen to be a little bit streaky. This one is a lot less streaky, like it's not completely streak free, but it's so much easier to blend out the streaks with this. So when you first apply it, it'll look a little streaky, but then you can go in circular motions because of the fluidness of this brush, as you can see, and it blends it all out. So I really, really love this brush for foundation, especially around the nose and hard to reach places, as they recommend. And I definitely recommend this one. And this is from the Studio line, so it has the yellow handle, and then it's a face brush, so it has the blue BD on the back. This is in their newer collection, and I just want to say that the newer handles are slightly like lighter, brighter than the older yellow. And I don't know if that was intentional. I've just noticed in the collection. And so this is, I hope you can read it on camera, but the bottom one is an older brush that was already in the collection. And you can see it's kind of like a darker yellow. And the top one is a little bit like brighter yellow. Just a little observation. But that is a good segue, sorry, to my next brush, which is the 964. And I owned one of these before, and it's in my suitcase because I'm traveling tomorrow, or else I would bring it out in the travel version. But this is the full size. And the 964 is the all-purpose blusher, a truly all-purpose brush designed for blush or face powder, optimized, soft, natural, and synthetic mixed fibers. So it's a mix of the fibers. It's a really nice, fluffy powder brush. I like it a lot for blush if you have really big cheeks, because it is a little bit wider, and it's also good for just precision powder anywhere you need it, and bronzer and that sort of thing. So the size of it is, it's bigger than the 116 from MAC, and a little bit smaller or less fluffy than the 129. So it kind of sits in between them. If I hold them all up, maybe you can tell. Separate them a little. So this is the 129, this is the Bdellium Tools 964, and this is the MAC 116. So you can see it's just a little bit bigger. It's about the same fluffiness as the 129 though. So if I was going to directly compare it to a brush I already own, I would say the 129, even though it's slightly smaller, which is why I like it. And it just, I have pretty big cheeks when I smile. This area is pretty big. So I like a blush or a brush that can get it all in like one swoop. So I really like this brush a lot as well. And it is really, really soft, as is the foundation brush. The next one, I believe, is one of their newer brushes, and it's the 775, and it's a little bit dirty, so I apologize, but it's a dual fiber kind of shader brush, and let's read about it. 775. Uniquely designed for shading with powder or cream eyeshadows for light application and more layers. Optimized, soft, natural, and synthetic mixed fibers. So I love this brush. I just used it. I know they say it's for a lighter application, but for me personally, when I used it, I didn't get a light application with it at all. I just got a really nice, perfect, even application with like almost one swipe. And I used it with my Bare Essentials ready eyeshadows, whatever they're called, the pressed ones, and it worked phenomenal with that. I really like duo fiber brushes for looser kind of products. Products that have a lot of fallout, because the duo fibers kind of work as a magnet and they kind of catch the loose powder, so there's less fallout. So any of my really soft shadows or pigments I normally use with a brush like this, and it works really well, like they said, with cream shadows as well. I'm sorry. And I have a brush like this from Crown, and it's the C428 Deluxe Duo Fiber, and you can see them side by side. The Crown one is a little bit bigger, and the tip of it is more scraggly, where this one is a little more precise cut, even though it does have some staggering of the bristles. The main difference in why I definitely prefer the Bdellium Tools one is the denseness, and I don't know if you could tell there, but this one is really fluffy, where this one comes to a nice flat point. And this brush totally beats this one. This brush I always thought was okay, worked really well with creams, but I mean, nothing to write home about. And this brush, I love it. It works so good, especially with like the Armani Eyes to Kill and those kind of infallible, like that whole like type of shadow. Ugh, amazing. I love, love, love this brush and definitely recommend it. The next brush is the Bdellium Tools 546, and this is their square lip liner. And it looks like this, and it's just a square tipped lip liner brush. So it has the red BD because it is for lips. Designed to apply any lip color or gloss precisely and evenly across your lips, and it has all synthetic fibers. I really like this, and I didn't know how I was going to feel about a square lip brush, but I definitely like it. Most of the lip brushes I have are just kind of like, you know, your traditional lip brush. And I have pretty big lips, so this works really well because you get a lot of surface area, and it actually makes a really nice, it's like you don't even need a liner, it's super precise. And I don't know why I thought the square wouldn't be precise, but I love this. If you have a full lip, definitely invest in a square lip brush, and I definitely recommend this one. The only other brush that I have kind of like this is the Low Cornell, and this is from like an art store. It's not a makeup brush. And it's the Soft Comfort number 4 Filbert brush. Now this one is really flexible, and it's a little bit longer, and it's not as squared. It's like a squoval on the top, where the Bdellium one is truly square. And I have to say that the square one works way better, and it's a little stiffer. This one sometimes, like when you're applying it, it goes out of the lines because it's so movable, and this one it moves a little, but it has enough sturdiness that it keeps your lipstick in line, and I really love this one. And I'm not normally someone who applies their lipstick with a lip brush if it's going to be on myself, but since I've gotten this brush, I do it a lot more, especially because I love statement lips, so definitely kudos to that. The next one is a little dirty, I apologize, and it's the Bdellium Tools 731, and it's their lash fan brush. And let's see if I can find that. Yep, they call it the Mascara Fan. Minimizes both clumping and smearing of mascara, and it's made of all synthetic fibers. So when I first got this one, I thought I wasn't going to like it because it seemed much fuller than my MAC one that I have, the MAC 205, which you can see here. The MAC 205, when you can like see through the hairs, and it's very sparse, and this one is just kind of like really dense. It almost looks like a liner. So when I got it, I was like, well, if it sucks, at least I could use it as like a liner. But it works really well, and it ends up fluffing my my lashes. Normally when I use the MAC one, I use it to separate, and it does a great job. But then I go back in with a spoolie to get the fullness, and this one kind of does a little bit of both. So I was pleasantly surprised with this one, and I really liked it. So if you're looking for a fan brush, this is an option. The next one is the Bdellium Tools 764. And they call it their Bold Angled Brow. Wider and stiffer bristles designed for filling in brows and applying colors with ease. Optimized, soft, natural, and synthetic mixed fibers. So this brush, when I first saw it, I was like, I don't think I'm going to like this. And the main reason I thought that was that the brush is pretty thick, as they mentioned, and it's pretty wide, like they mentioned. It also is not very stiff. It's still soft. I have much stiffer brushes, but there is a stiffness to it. And the handle is just regular and kind of not thick, but a thicker handle than I'm used to for an angled brush. Normally I use, this is my favorite angled brush, the Ultra Professionals brush, and it's the slanted eye shader and liner. And so the handle is very thin, and the actual brush is very long and thin if you compare it to this one, you can see. And then I recently picked up the MAC 263, and I haven't even had a chance to haul this, and it's dirty, so sorry, but this one is super thin, and also the handle's really thin, and here they are side by side, and you can see. And the MAC one I recently picked up for my brows, and I didn't like it. It was too thin. And I tried this one, and I surprisingly really liked it. It does exactly what they said. It just fills in the brows much faster because it's thick, and the firmness of it really helps place the powder without it going all over the place. I don't use it as much, only because it's too thick, in my opinion, to do a liner with it. And I prefer to use pencil now with my brows. So I don't use powder that much with my brows, but when I do use powder, or when I have, since I've gotten this brush, I've been trying to use this brush, and I do really like how it works on the eyebrows. I was very surprised with that. And the last brush I have is the 735, and it is like a spoolie on one end and kind of a smaller version of that brush that I just told you about on the other end. And they call it their double-ended brow / lash. Angled brow and spoolie makes for the perfect eyes accessory brush. Natural and synthetic mixed fibers. So I already mentioned that I own the Bdellium Tools spoolie. I have a whole video on spoolies if you want to see it. I'll link it right here. So one end, no surprise, similar spoolie to the one I already own, and the other side similar to this, only kind of smaller than I already own. So I really like this brush because it's going to save me money. You get two brushes in one, and it is really a great brush to use for traveling, because like I said, you get two in one. They're compact, but they both have very, I don't know what the word is, like comparable to their regular line. Like these are just their regular line put into one brush. So sometimes when you get a dual-ended brush, the quality is not as good as a regular brush, and I don't find that to be with this. This is definitely a great spoolie and a great liner brush, and I would almost recommend, if you wanted to get a liner and a spoolie, I would just get this instead, because it literally is like these two brushes in one brush, so you're going to save money. So overall, from all the brushes that I got, I love them. Some I love more than others, but I still think that there aren't any duds. I didn't use any of these brushes and say, ugh, I don't like them. If I was going to pick my favorites, it would be, oh, I guess 4. I was going to say 3, but these 4. I really was surprised by this lip brush. I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I do. But like I said, if you have a fuller lip, this is definitely the lip brush for you. This is like my new favorite large shader brush because I don't have that many large shader brushes that I like. So if I'm in a rush, I could just kind of do all in one sweep. And this has definitely become it. Just the thinness of the tip really helps pick up the color, and the duo fibers really help to minimize fallout and get a really nice color impact and build layers. So I love this brush. Definitely recommend it. The 964, if you have a bigger cheek, great for blush or just for precision powder in the T-zone and that sort of thing. I really like this one. And the 949, I think it is still my favorite pointed foundation brush from all the ones I own. It just blends it in really nice. It's really good for precision and that sort of thing. So those are totally my favorites. The other, these 3 brushes, I really like these brushes. I just wouldn't like run to purchase them first. Like, I think eventually they are very important in your makeup life. But if you're new to makeup brushes, I guess with the exception of this one, because a spoolie I think is important because of your brows and that sort of thing. But if you're, you know, new to makeup brushes and you only have a couple to choose from, I would probably hold off till your second Bdellium Tools purchase to pick up brushes like this, because I think these can always wait, and there's always more, you know, brushes that are more integral to your makeup, like a blush brush or a lip brush or that sort of thing. But I was really surprised by the fan brush. Worked a lot better than I thought it would. This I just think is a great value, and this also surprised me. Didn't think I'd like it for my eyebrows because of the thickness, but you should try it if you're used to the thin the thin angled brush. Give this a try. So thank you very much, Bdellium Tools, for sending me these brushes. As always, I am not disappointed. It's a fantastic company. I really recommend that you guys shop from them. You can also find them at trade shows. On their website, they have a page that lets you know what shows they're going to, and that's probably the best place to get them because they have great deals, and you get to meet the people behind it, which are really cool. So yeah, definitely check them out, bdelliumtools.com. And that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.